Lunges aren't just some basic exercise you did in high school gym class. They're one of the few movements that can completely transform how your body looks and feels. Most people only expect one thing from this exercise, but I'm going to show you what really happens to your body when you start doing it consistently. The first thing that changes, your balance. This might not sound like a big deal, but you're going to want to hear why balance matters more than you think. Most people walk through life with terrible balance. Years of sitting, walking on flat surfaces, and doing the same movements over and over have made our bodies forget how to balance properly. What looks like just stepping forward and back quietly sets off a chain reaction, and you'll see one of the biggest shifts your body will have later on in this video. Poor balance isn't just embarrassing when you trip over nothing. It's dangerous. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury as we age, and most of them happen because our balance system has gotten lazy. Lunges wake that system back up. Every single lunge forces you to balance on one leg while the other leg steps forward. You can't fake it, you can't cheat it, and you can't muscle your way through it without proper balance. But here's where it gets really interesting. As your balance improves, something amazing happens to your hips. Most people walk around with hips that barely move. Sitting all day creates tight hip muscles in the front and weak, sleepy muscles in the back. This throws off your entire body. Within just a few weeks of doing lunges regularly, you'll notice you feel more stable walking on uneven ground, going up and down stairs, and even just standing on one foot to put on your shoes. Your body remembers how to catch itself before you fall. Lunges are like a reset button for your hips. When you step forward into a lunge, you're stretching those tight hip muscles in the front while making the muscles in the back wake up and work. The hip on your back leg gets a deep stretch that most people haven't felt in years. At the same time, the hip on your front leg has to work hard to control the movement and keep you stable. This combination of stretching and strengthening happens at the same time, which is something most exercises can't do. Your hips start moving the way they did when you were younger, they become more flexible and more powerful at the same time. This carries over into everything you do, from walking to getting up from chairs to climbing stairs. And once your hips start working properly again, your knees get a huge benefit. Here's something most people don't know. Knee pain often isn't actually a knee problem. It's usually a hip problem or an ankle problem that shows up as knee pain. When your hips don't move right, your knees have to twist and compensate in ways they weren't designed to handle. Lunges teach your knees to track properly over your toes. The controlled movement pattern helps strengthen all the muscles around your knee joint, especially the ones that keep your kneecap moving in the right direction. The muscles on the inside of your thigh, which are often ignored in most workouts, finally get the attention they need. Now let's talk about what lunges do for your core, because this is where things get really exciting. Most people think they need to do hundreds of sit-ups to build core strength. That's old school thinking that doesn't work very well. Lunges build real-world core strength that actually protects your back and makes you move better. After a few weeks of consistent lunges, many people notice their knee pain starts to fade away. Their knees feel more stable and strong during daily activities. Stairs become easier. Getting up from the couch stops being a production. Your knees start feeling young again. When you're in a lunge position, your body wants to tip over sideways, twist around, or fall forward. Your core muscles have to work overtime to keep you upright and stable. But this isn't the fake kind of core work you get from lying on the floor doing crunches. This is functional core strength that teaches your midsection to work with your entire body. The deep muscles that wrap around your spine, the ones you can't see in the mirror, have to fire constantly during lunges. These are the muscles that keep your back safe when you're carrying groceries, picking up grandkids, or reaching for something on a high shelf. They're also the muscles that give you that confident, upright posture that makes you look 10 years younger. But we're just getting started with the benefits. Lunges are one of the best exercises for building what I call everyday strength. You know that strength you need for real life, not just the gym. Think about it. How often do you need to lie on your back and push weight off your chest? Probably never. But how often do you need to step forward, bend down, and stand back up? Every single day. Lunges mimic the movement patterns you actually use in daily life. Getting out of a car, walking up a steep hill, stepping over something on the ground, picking up something that rolled under the table, all of these movements require the same muscle coordination and strength that lunges build. Lunges force your glutes to wake up and work. The glute on your back leg has to work hard to help push you back to the starting position. The glute on your front leg has to work to stabilize your pelvis and control the movement. Both sides get stronger and more active with every rep. This is why people who do lunges regularly often say they feel stronger and more capable in their daily activities. They're not just getting stronger in the gym, they're getting stronger for life. And here's something that might surprise you. Lunges are incredible for your glutes, which are the muscles in your backside. Most people have weak, inactive glutes from sitting all day. This causes all kinds of problems, from lower back pain to poor posture to feeling weak and unstable. Strong glutes don't just make you look better in jeans, though that's a nice bonus. They're the foundation of a strong, pain-free body. When your glutes are working properly, your lower back doesn't have to work as hard. Your posture improves. Your walking becomes more powerful and efficient. But let's get back to lunges and talk about something most people don't expect: the cardiovascular benefits. You might not think of lunges as cardio, but do a few sets and your heart will be pumping. Lunges work so many muscles at once that your heart has to work overtime to supply them all with oxygen and nutrients. Now, before we talk about the mental benefits that everyone will love, let me mention that lunges are powerful, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. If you want a complete approach to feeling stronger and more confident in your body, there are other key movements that work perfectly with lunges to give you the best results. This makes lunges incredibly efficient. You're building strength, improving balance, increasing flexibility, and getting your heart rate up all at the same time. If you're short on time, lunges give you more bang for your buck than almost any other exercise. The heart rate spike you get from lunges is different from running or cycling. It's more intense but shorter, which can actually be better for your heart health and fat burning. Your body has to work hard to fuel all those muscles working together, which turns you into a calorie-burning machine even after your workout is over. And here's something I really want to emphasize about lunges. They build confidence. There's something about mastering a movement that challenges your balance, strength, and coordination all at once that makes you feel more capable and confident. When you can smoothly drop down into a deep lunge and power back up without wobbling or struggling, you feel strong and in control. Most people only expect one thing from this exercise, but I'm going to show you what really happens to your body when you start doing them consistently. Mental toughness is another hidden benefit of lunges. When your legs are burning, your heart is pounding, and your mind is telling you to quit, but you push through and finish the set anyway, that's building mental strength. Lunges teach you to push through discomfort and keep going when things get tough. This mental resilience shows up in other areas of your life too. Work challenges don't seem as overwhelming. Daily stress becomes more manageable. You develop a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle difficult things. This confidence carries over into other activities. You feel more sure-footed when walking on uneven ground. You're not afraid of stairs anymore. You feel confident stepping over obstacles or moving quickly when you need to. Your body becomes something you can rely on instead of something that holds you back. But let me save you from the most common mistakes that can ruin the benefits of lunges. These mistakes are easy to avoid once you know what to look for, and fixing them will make your lunges much more effective. First mistake, letting your front knee cave inward. This puts dangerous stress on your knee joint and teaches your body bad movement patterns. Keep your knee pointing in the same direction as your toes throughout the entire movement. Think about pushing your knee out slightly rather than letting it collapse in. Second mistake, not going deep enough. A lot of people do shallow lunges that don't give them the full benefit. You want to lower down until your back knee is just about touching the ground and your front thigh is parallel to the floor. This full range of motion is where the magic happens. Third mistake, rushing through the movement. Lunges aren't about speed, they're about control. The slower and more controlled you move, the more your muscles have to work and the better your balance becomes. Think smooth and steady, not fast and jerky. Fourth mistake, leaning too far forward. This throws off your balance and puts unnecessary stress on your lower back. Keep your chest up and your torso as upright as possible throughout the entire movement. And the final mistake, holding your breath. I see this all the time. People get so focused on the movement that they forget to breathe. This makes the exercise much harder than it needs to be and can make you feel dizzy or lightheaded. Breathe in as you lower down, breathe out as you push back up. If you're just starting out, begin with 2 sets of 8 lunges per leg, 3 times per week. That's only 16 total lunges per workout, but it's enough to start building strength and improving your movement patterns without overdoing it. Focus on perfect form rather than high numbers. Once you can do this easily, progress to 3 sets of 10 lunges per leg. Then you can add a 4th set or increase to 12 lunges per leg. The key is gradual progression. Your body needs time to adapt and get stronger. Now you're probably wondering how many lunges you should do and how often. Don't worry, I've got you covered with a simple plan that works for beginners and can be progressed as you get stronger. For intermediate exercisers, you can aim for 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 lunges per leg. You can also start experimenting with different variations like reverse lunges, side lunges, or adding light weights. Advanced practitioners can do higher repetitions, add significant weight, or try more challenging variations like walking lunges or jumping lunges. But remember, it's not about how advanced you can make the exercise. It's about doing it consistently with good form. The most important thing is consistency. It's better to do a few perfect lunges 3 times per week than to do a bunch of sloppy lunges once in a while. Your body adapts to what you do regularly, not what you do occasionally. Be sure to share this video with a friend who you think needs it.